This is Newsround. Tonight, how parents are logging on to get the lowdown on your school day. And as thousands of people remember Jade Goody, we hear your thoughts on her life. Hi there, I'm Sonali. First, how would you feel if your parents knew exactly what you'd been up to at school without you telling them a thing? Well, some kids have been finding out because their mums and dads have been going online to check out what they've been learning in lessons. Here's Maddie. A bit of art, a dance lesson and a jam-packed lunch break. There's always loads going on at school, but how often do you tell your parents all the details? Kids from this school don't have to because their parents are using a special website to keep them up to date. Teachers post info about what pupils are up to in lessons and even what their homework is.
Well, the parents would look on the website and see what you're having trouble with.
If you're sick, your parents can go on the website and they can check what you've been doing in school.
So, how exactly does the site work? Twins Rosanna and Caitlin are taking me home to have a look. Everyone in the family's got their own login, so once the twins have done their Spanish homework, their mum and dad can check it out too. 80 schools in England and Wales are also using sites like this, and the government wants all primaries to sign up by 2012. But do experts think websites are the best way to make that happen?
Well, it's not about spying on kids. These websites are, and these virtual learning environments, it's all part of enabling children to celebrate what they've learned, to share what they've learned, to get loads of praise for good stuff they've done and get loads of support for stuff that they're stuck with or find difficult or want to learn more about.
At the moment, there are no plans for schools in Scotland or Northern Ireland to use these kind of websites. But if you live anywhere else in the UK, be prepared for your parents to start clicking their way into your school life. More top stories now, and 7 children have died after a small plane they were in crashed in a cemetery as it tried to land at an airport in the state of Montana in America. Investigators are trying to find out exactly why the accident happened. And an operation is going on in southwest Australia to try to save 17 whales and dolphins stranded on a beach. 80 animals got into trouble early this morning, but many of them couldn't be rescued. Now, hundreds of people, including the Prime Minister, have been remembering Jade Goody, who died yesterday. Jade became famous 7 years ago after her first appearance in Big Brother. And last year, she was told she had cancer, which spread, making her too ill for doctors to cure her. All day yesterday, people left flowers, cards and teddies outside Jade's house. Some kids brought presents for her sons Bobby and Freddie, who are now living with their dad. And today, websites, newspapers and TV programmes have been filled with messages of sympathy and stories looking back at her life. Lots of you wanted to let us know what you thought about her, and we've had more than 1,000 messages. Harvey from Kings Lynn emailed to say, "I feel really sad, but she was very brave and she's not in pain anymore." Carrie from Amersham thinks it's terrible that she died at such a young age and on Mother's Day. And Nikki from West Kirby says lots of people have cancer like Jade, and I think they should all get the same amount of support. Well, Jill Adams is from the Child Bereavement Charity, which helps kids cope when someone dies. Jill, when someone famous like Jade dies, even though most of us don't know her personally, it can be upsetting, can't it?
It certainly can be upsetting, and although you feel you didn't know her personally, she was so much in the public eye, you can have a feeling that you actually did know her and be quite affected by what happened to her, or because it reminds you of someone in your own family or a friend that you know who may have died in similar circumstances.
Well, what do you do if that does happen? Someone close to you passes away, someone close to you dies. How can you help yourself cope?
There are lots of things you can do, and it doesn't matter what they are as long as it feels helpful. One thing you can do is try talking about it, but maybe that is just too difficult to do with your family. So sometimes talking to a teacher at school can help.
What about if this happens to someone you know, a friend of yours? How can you help them?
The best way you can help them is just by carrying on being a good friend and treating them normally and including them in all the usual things. But remember, there will be times when they are sad.
All right, thanks very much for coming in, Jill. And we've got a special programme about dealing with death. You can see it at 6:30 next Monday on the CBBC channel, or right here on CBBC on BBC One at 5 to 5 next Tuesday. Now, last up, some mobile phones may be getting smaller and smaller, but the number of things they can do just keep on growing. Most of us use them to talk and text. But how about using yours to set up your very own cinema screening? Sounds unbelievable? Well, Adam's been finding out how to dial up a DVD.
Once upon a time, if you wanted to project a big image, you had to use one of these, or one of these, and these days it'd be one of these. But what if you could project using this?
Mode and it's fine. Okay, so just press that photo button. Now just select the photo you wish to project.
Well, here at Lancaster University in the northwest of England, they've got their hands on a special phone from Japan that can do just that.
Projected image of the Futurama. Ta-da!
Pretty impressive. These guys love their mobile phones just as they are. So what do they make of this new cinema phone? We gave them a sneak preview to let them try it out.
I'd probably use it more for watching things, like, instead of just using it to call and text.
If you're really like lazy or something and you've had a bad day, you could just point it at the ceiling or something and watch whatever you wanted.
I think the only downside for like a film like this is that you have to be in a dark room, and that's it really. Apart from that, they're really good.
Now, these phones are still quite expensive and you can't get them everywhere. So will you be hanging up entirely on the cinema with your mobile phone? Probably not for a while yet.
Well, that's it. You're up to date with all you need to know. I'll have your next update at 6:25 over on the CBBC channel. And don't forget, we're always online, so check out the website for all the latest news. And you can also read lots more of your thoughts on Jade there too. I'll see you later. Bye.